So I've got a little short video going on here, and it's to do with these things here. What they are is they're lights for cars. They're supposed to work on 12 volts, and the person who's handed these to me is a little bit worried about the thickness of the wires here. Now, as you can see, there are a bunch of LEDs, and the manufacturer says that these LEDs only take 0.4 amps each. So my contention is that these wires are plenty thick enough. They look as though they may be able to handle 1.5, 2 amps easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch on a power supply unit, which is attached to the other light by some crocodile clips. And let's see what happens when we do that. And the power supply unit's on. You can see these things are quite bright. I'm going to switch the main light off so we can see what happens. And if I turn it over a little bit now, we can just get a feel for how bright these things are. And that's running on 12 volts. So, let's get a multimeter out and see what we've got. The main light's back on, and I've got a multimeter here so that we can have a look at what's going on. Propped it up in the hope we might be able to see something. Let's see what we've got. We should have 12 volts on here. Indeed, there is 12 volts on there. The connection with the crocodile clips is a bit iffy there, but never mind. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the multimeter up as an ammeter, and let's see what we get there. Well, we're in the 10 amp range here, and so let's see what the reading on the ammeter is. If the manufacturers are right, I'm expecting that to say 0.4. Well, it actually says 0.8. Still not terribly worrying because it's less than an amp. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect everything again, and we're going to run it for a 3-minute shot and see what happens to the wires and do a general cooling test. Alright, now my phone watch, it's 1/4 past. So we'll run it for 3 minutes and we'll see what happens. Just to get rid of the multimeter leads there, we don't really want those. Probably also better to get rid of the fag packet. Might actually be better to light one. So we're coming up on 50 seconds, we'll give it another few. And there we are, we've gone to a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to gently put our fingers in the front. That's icy cool. I think that's actually cooler than the room temperature. There's nothing to worry us on the back there. And what about the wires themselves? Absolutely nothing, despite the fact that they're coiled around. So we'll leave it for another few seconds till we get to 2 minutes. 2 minutes up, so here we go again. Nothing. 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 Nothing at all. Now you'll notice I'm not getting my fingers between the connectors. 12 volts, and give me a little bit of a bite there. That feels fine. And we're at the 3-minute stage now, and it's safe to say that if anything was going to happen, it would have happened by now. If we were going to see any magic smoke, I would have expected it to have appeared long before this point. So, final feel around, make sure nothing's warming up intolerably. Nope, all good, all chilly, just as it should be. So we can say that electrically these are alright. I'm not going to melt any wires, I'm not going to melt the front of a car, so jolly good. However, there is one thing that's worrying me, and it's where the wires go in here, and it's the ingress protection rating. Now, these things are meant to go on the front of a car. So, when it's raining, it's going to get wet. I think that most of the water will be prevented from going in here. But where the wires go in, there's a bit of a hole, and I'm not too sure about the IP rating. There's nothing on the manufacturer's datasheet for it as well. So, what I would be doing is I'll be putting them on my car, and the first time it rains, I'll be looking and seeing exactly what's going on with them. The only thing that will go on at such a low current is that you'll create a bit of a short circuit and blow the LEDs inside if it is bad ingress protection, but you know, it's quite a small hole. It's quite well stuffed with wires, and there is a bit of seal around it, so I wouldn't be too worried about it at all, apart from keeping an eye on it when it rains. And that's the end of the video, really, so hope that's been helpful.